Hi, this is the 11 best real estate crowdfunding platforms that you as a beginner investor might want to check out to see if you'd like to invest in some real estate. As beginner investors, you are allowed to invest in around $2,000 a year if you're non-accredited, and that's most of us beginner investors. Accredited investors are high net worth individuals, and non-accredited investors are just your regular everyday people. Anyone making under 100,000 or 250,000 is pretty much non-accredited investor. So you want to buy in some real estate because everyone in the world, if you're a beginner, is most likely apartment renter. You are renting someone's apartment building and you kept saying to yourself, I wish I had an apartment building and then I would have tenants and I could just sit back and collect the rent, right? Well, now this is your chance to invest in real estate because you don't have to have a huge chunk, but a smaller chunk. Let's talk about them. So the one that is the best overall from the analysts out there is saying Fundrise is the best overall real estate platform to invest in real estate. So that's Fundrise. So basically Fundrise. So it is a real estate platform so that you can invest in real estate. And why beginner investors like it? Because there's low minimums to invest in real estate. So if you save up $500, you could be an investor in a real estate. So that could be very great. So I always like to talk about the fees. The Fundrise has fees, advisor fee. So if you want someone to advise you on the account, it has a 0.15% advisor investment fee. They have an asset management fee, which is 0.85%, and additional acquisition fees from 0 to 2%. So they have a couple of fees, but this real estate platform is well loved and well liked and is the best overall. So then there is the CrowdStreet, like crowdfunding. So this one's called CrowdStreet, and it gives you access to commercial real estate, and they focus mainly on commercial projects like the retail, office buildings, and multi-family condo buildings. And so that one was historically, you had to be an accredited investor. It means a high net worth individual, like millionaires. But after August 2017, it now allows non-accredited investors, that means you and I, beginner investors, retail investors, to invest in it. But you have to have about $5,000 for a minimum investment, and the highest like $50,000. So if you have $5,000 and you want to check out CrowdStreet, that is something that you might want to try. Okay, so there is Alpha Investing, and they have a concierge, so that's nice. And it gives you access to a private manager, and so that could be nice. And it used to also is exclusive to accredited investors and requires a phone interview before you can invest. So that is exclusive to accredited investors. So you have to wait until they open it up to non-accredited investors. Unless you're an accredited investor, then I would check out Alpha Investing. There's PeerStreet. Now, peer-to-peer lending, like everyone's familiar with Venmo and Cash App. But so PeerStreet is residential debt. So you'll be investing in single-family projects like homes and storefronts. And sometimes they get condo buildings or multifamily real estate crowdfunding projects. And they partners with major lenders, and so people like it because they have excellent management. And it is open to all investors, and it has $1,000 minimum investment. So if you saved $1,000, and you can look into PeerStreet, and so that could be interesting. So Real Crowd, that's REAL Crowd, Real Crowd, one word. And these are backed by large real estate funds and syndicators. So says a lot of commercials. They have hotels, and they want 25,000 to 50,000. So this is really Real Crowd is really for accredited and institutional investors. So, but if you do have $25,000 to $50,000 and you want to invest in real estate with other people, check out Real Crowd. There is Alpha Flow, which you know, you can do multiple real estate offerings at once, so it's very interesting. So you could get multiple offerings, and they have real estate. They have over 700 investments across 31 states with a net return of 8.40%, which is pretty amazing. So check out Alpha Flow. Then most of you all will all flock to this one. I know you guys. Realty Mogul. That's REALTY Mogul. Everyone here is Mogul and King, and they're like, that's for me. It was one of the first companies that started the real estate crowdfunding market. And they do everything from mobile homes, retail spaces, multifamily condo buildings. And the minimum invested is $1,000 on most of their offerings. And it's open to all investors, so non-accredited can go there. And then, so that's one. And then there's 1031 crowdfunding. So check out 1031 crowdfunding. It's a newer real estate platform. And basically they have a lot of commercials. They have retail, hotel, self-storage, and they also have multifamily homes. And the crowdfunding site, 1031, has 60 years of experience, and they've raised over about $1.3 billion and has over $2 billion in real estate transactions. So I like to see a company that has skin in the game, experience in the game, and when you're talking about $1.3 billion, they seem to know what they're doing. But I like to see those kind of numbers. And it says, what makes 1031 different? It has a second product called 1031 Insurance. So it's a way to guarantee that all your exchange funds are invested in replacement property rather than taxed for capital gains. So I like that because they avoid the capital gains tax, so they know what they're doing. So why pay taxes when you can make your money work for you? So that one I think is very, very interesting, and I encourage you to check out 1031 crowdfunding. Patch of Land seems to offer low minimums, and they have loan durations of just 12 to 24 months, which seems like you could be liquid after 12 to 24 months. It is from what I'm gathering. And they focus on single family homes in big cities and areas like Chicago, New York City, and like even small cities like Hawaii. They're vetted by the company's underwriters before they listed. So that makes me feel comfortable. So they are vetted. The deals, the investment deals are vetted by the company's underwriters before the listings. But also I always encourage you to check out stuff yourself. Don't just be lazy and just think everyone's going to do the work for you. Always double check yourself. Google's right at your fingertips, Firefox, or whatever search engine you use. So let's see which one, and I'm going to give you. We did Real Crowd, right? We did Real Crowd. I did Pear Street. Alpha Investing is the concierge. And I'm just recapping stuff. Roofstock. Okay, this is Roofstock. Is single family rental homes. So Roofstock is pretty new, and it oversees about 1 billion of completed transactions, which I always like to see completed transactions. So over 1 billion, that's really nice. And let's see. So if you're a first-time real estate investor, that might be a company, real estate platform to look at. We did CrowdStreet and diverse Diversey Fund. So it's spelled Diversy Fund, and it's not for diverse people. It's just called Diversey Fund, and it's pretty new crowdfunding, and they offer good rates and returns. And let's see, they're known for having great customer service, and they also have low account fees. I always like to see the account fees because as a beginner investor, I want to make sure they have the lowest fees or no fees. This is a generation era where there's actually lots of companies that have no fees. When I was doing investing at the beginning, and your parents were doing investing, and anyone that is over 40 always had fees. So it was always a game for the high net worth individuals. And if you're just a beginning investor, it was always too fee heavy for you to make any money, because if you just don't have that much money, $1,000 with so many fees, it just wasn't worth it. A lot of times, and it was just very discouraging. So now I encourage you with the low fees and no fees to really find if you want to do real estate crowdfunding. And oh yes, Diversey Fund, they have no fees. That was the golden thing. If you're with me for this long, I wanted to just hold this for those of you who are listening to my podcast and enjoying it. They have no fees. So that's one of my favorite things. And you can start your real estate adventure with only $500. So most of them, you do need to have at least $500 or $1,000. So $500 is an achievable goal. You know, I say skip your Starbucks or coffee bean or your coffee splurges, because now that's an indulgence, especially if you lost your job or you're looking for work, or you just have a job that, you know, you pay your rent and there's really nothing left over. So there's some things you can be frugal with. I love treating myself to a delicious coffee, but maybe, you know, instead of like going to somewhere that pays between $4.50 and $5 for a small coffee, maybe you can splurge at McDonald's, because they always have coffees for around $1. And you save that money, say $500 worth of coffees that you didn't drink, and put into a real estate investment. And when you make that money, you can celebrate and buy your coffee, your $5 coffee. Let's see. Oh, they also Diversey. They do multifamily housing, because what's so great about multifamily housing in real estate? It's the least risky types of commercial real estate. And I would love to own apartment buildings, wouldn't you? Like, especially in a city like Los Angeles, where a little tiny studio that's not updated. Most of these landlords don't even paint the place anymore, and they're putting in hard tile flooring. And it is the most uncomfortable thing in the world to have hard tile in the living room, the bedroom. It's fine to have it in the bathroom and the kitchen, but through your living room and bedroom, it's just so hard and it's so uncomfortable. So these landlords, and there's nothing great. There's not a washer and dryer. There's not a dishwasher. You're on top of people. Little tiny studio apartments can be anywhere from $1,650 to $1,850. And I saw a studio apartment in Hollywood Hills for $2,400. I'm not kidding you, $2,400. And I just said, you gotta be kidding me, because I'm a super sleuth. I'm a great researcher, and I found a 2-bedroom, 1-bath in the hills with only one person downstairs, and it was $2,400. So I told him, oh really? I found a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, beautiful apartment up in the hills, not like stacked like a sardine, and I have like a balcony, and I see the mountain views, and I won't have to smell everyone's cooking and hear everyone on their phone and hear their loud music and their loud TVs. Because when you're stacked like little sardines, that's what you're going to be doing. So anyhow, those are the 11, and do check them out. And I encourage you to study and research. The disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial broker, and have a really great day.